Hello, I'm Lola, and welcome back to this next part of DragonAge Origins. So last we left off, we just sold some equipment to the quartermaster here. Game did crash for the first time, not surprising with this, after selling my stuff, so I did have to do that again off camera. Nothing else. Thankfully, it was the conversation after Daveth. It was just talking to him. So hopefully my inventory should still be the same. I think I've got all the right stuff. I didn't really buy much because of don't have much coin. But yeah, should be all right. Yeah, so as we'd spoken to Wynne, we'd listened to all this stuff. We're gonna explore Ostagar a little bit. I think we're gonna speak to the Tranquil first, then explore this area and go up the other side and then speak to Alistair. But yeah, I want to explore as much as I can. I know I can't open this chest now, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Is inadvisable.
Fair enough. Yes, I know I get the key to that later. Let's speak to Tranquil.
Welcome, young man.
This is the first Tranquil you'll come across as well, unless you play the Mage Origin, so this might be my Warden's first time of seeing a Tranquil person.
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
I do feel sorry for the Tranquil, especially in the south. Like, say what... Well, they do have them in Tevinter, but say what you will about Tevinter, at least circles on prisons, as Dorian said in Inquisition. They're more like academies and colleges and universities. It's just... Yeah, it gets better as the games go on, I suppose. Well, debatable with 2, but I'm interested to learn more. My character to learn more about the Tranquil. I already know plenty about them, but my dwarf wouldn't.
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
It's debatable as well. Sorry, I'm ranting a lot. Like, who exactly deserves tranquility? Like, there's some mages who... It's a punishment worse than death, so it's debatable even if the worst mages deserve it. But some people are dangerous, and they do need to be looked... The Templars do need to look out for them, or on them, or their actions and everything like that, but just branding mages who are considered weak, Tranquil, is sort of ridiculous. Anyway, I'll stop my rant. What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
Yes, we do. You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
They're not feared by dwarves.
Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil.
Were you a blood
stripped
mage?
of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
Yeah, I do not like tranquility. Perhaps they should tranquil all mages then Jesus. No, thank you. How is someone made tranquil? I feel badly for you. Let's talk about something else. How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic. which stills our talent and mind.
And
The
emotion.
process
And
is
feeling.
irreversible as far as I am aware.
It would be like, it wouldn't be so bad if you basically just stopped their magic, but then that would stop their tie to the Fade and their emotions and everything like that, so you can't do it without stopping their emotions. But yeah, it could be beneficial to take away, people who deserve it, that is, their magic, but then that would be taking away everything, which I don't like. Should I say that?
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
That's all for now.
Goodbye.
Yes, I think my dwarf Velen would be very puzzled by all of this. Oh, for God's sake, get to the codex. The Tranquil are the least understood, but most visible members of the Circle. Every city of respectable size boasts a Circle of Magi shop, and every one of these shops is run by a Tranquil proprietor. The name is a misnomer, for they are not tranquil at all. Rather, they are like inanimate objects that speak. If a table wished to sell you an enchanted penknife, it could pass as one of these people. Their eyes are expressionless, their voices monotone. Incomparable craftsmen they might be, but they are hardly the sort of mages to put ordinary folk at ease. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Yeah, Genetivi's got the basis of it. They are basically objects, not people anymore, which is very, very sad.
Hail to you.
That's Colin's voice. I recognise that immediately. Yes, we've explored over there then.
Maker above, hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your prophet Andraste now beg your forgiveness. Do not abandon us in our darkest hour. Watch over the valiant King Kalen and guide him as he faces this terrible evil. Watch over Terran Loghain and give him the wisdom to bring us victory against the Scourge of Shadow. Watch over Ferelden, the homeland of Holy Andraste. Keep her people safe from the Darkspawn. Let us bow our heads and offer prayers to the Maker, that he might find us worthy.
Can we chat? Probably not. You're probably busy in
I do not
prayer.
have time to speak at present, thank you.
Fair enough. Soldiers, anything to say?
Hail to you. Well met.
Hail, Grey Warden.
Ostagar is a very defensible location. Even if the Horde outnumbers us, we should see a decisive victory.
Shh, I'm trying to listen.
Fair enough.
Quiet. I'm trying to listen.
How do you do?
Oh, you're the Kennel Master. I remember you. Anything? No, they're all up there. Shall we chat a little? Surprised you don't have a exclamation mark above your head for a quest. Or is it later on that I meant to do that? I can't remember. I'll speak to you anyway.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help.
What's the problem? Why would I help you? I don't know anything about dogs. What's the problem?
This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Why do you think I could muzzle him? Just how smart is this dog? No, I'm not interested. I should go. Just how smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world.
Weren't they also made into
Trouble is, they
Mabari?
generally imprint to one master.
And then they're like defected to
Re-imprinting them is
Ferelden.
very difficult. But without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
Could he be imprinted to me?
We can try, but first we need to muzzle and medicate him.
Why do you think I could muzzle him?
You're a Grey Warden, or soon will be.
But not yet.
All wardens are immune to the Darkspawn taint. The most you have to worry about is some tooth marks.
I'm not a warden yet, technically, so he could still bite me. But I'll give it a shot. It's worth the
Go in
risk.
the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes, as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. I have done that before. Yes, I have killed the Mabari. I was playing a bit evil. I didn't get very far on that playthrough, but yes, I did kill the dog once. We won't do that this time. I want all the companions I can get, due to me playing on a harder difficulty. So I'll put the muzzle on the dog. Oh, I didn't read that, sorry.
Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
I might be. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre.
Do you think I have nothing else better to do? I mean, fair enough. Why don't you get it yourself? Will the dog be alright without it? Where in the wilds will I find this flower? Would I find this flower?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
Why don't you get it yourself?
The wilds are off limits to non-soldiers, and I have many other hounds under my care. If he doesn't get it, chances are he'll need to be put down.
Don't you have anything better to do? You think I have nothing better to do?
We're all busy. As it is,
Oh, that was a
if we
bit
can
rude.
get this hound better, we can re-imprint him on someone. Even you, if you like.
I'll see if I can find
Good.
one.
In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognised instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen. And the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Yeah, certainly good fighters. Gather the strange flower from the wilds. The kennel master at the king's camp has a Mabari, a hound bred for intelligence and combat ability. It's been poisoned by darkspawn blood. You have muzzled the hound, but the kennel master needs a flower that grows in the wilds to treat him properly. The flower is white with a red centre. Understood. Yes, we have Alistair up there. We can go to him eventually. We also have Kaelin's and Logain's tent. Hello, Davith again.
Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say. Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say.
Anything else to say, Duncan?
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I've not met Alistair yet.
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to find Alistair first in that case. Let's go in this area. Oh, the Ash Warriors. I remember you.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
Hello, leader.
You're the dwarf who walks with the Grey Wardens.
This is also
A
Cullen's
respectable
voice.
decision.
I had little choice in the matter, actually. You know much about us dwarves? Thank you, I'm glad to be here. You know much about us dwarves?
Some, like all Ash Warriors.
Ah,
Our
yes, I
training
remember.
originates from the dwarves. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army. Bit obvious, but
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors,
I'll ask.
as you should well know.
You trained with the Dwarven Berserker Warriors?
Our discipline was passed down to us from the time of Luthias the Dwarf Son. He trained with the Berserkers of your kind, long ago.
So you are the same as the Berserkers in Orzammar. I will leave you to your business. So you're the same as the Berserkers in Orzammar?
Perhaps. I've never been, so I cannot say for certain, but I'm told our traditions are the same. We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Is a dog that good in combat? Well, I read they were. What are you preparing for? Why have you painted your dogs? I'll ask it anyway.
A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survive the blood? What do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Wouldn't it be smart to leave your dogs behind?
They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children.
And why have you painted your dogs? I can
They
see the
use
one
scent
behind
to
there.
distinguish us from our enemies. But the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
What if the enemy is painted with caddis as well? I mean, fair point.
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
Absolutely not. I hope you're joking. If the reward was right, why not? Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna say
We
it.
would kill you if you tried. Even if you succeeded, the monsters would only offer death as your reward.
I should be going. Thanks for
Why,
the talk.
thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Very well then. No codex on the Ash Warriors? I guess not.
Please do not disturb our hounds. We feed them well tonight, for it may be their last.
We are preparing for battle. This is a solemn time for us.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
Yes, already spoken to, understood.
How do you do?
Good, thank you.
It's good
Oh,
to have
you're
Grey
flashing in the
Wardens amongst
distance.
us. With their help, perhaps we can push these things back underground for good.
This game does have a, it does glitch out quite a lot, at least on this PC, which I'm totally used to, so I don't mind. But it's quite fun to see some of the glitches.
Hail! You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I should go. Why not? Why not?
The Korkari Wilds is a dangerous place. More so now that it crawls with Darkspawn. They say the Great Blight began deep within its forests. One of our scouting patrols has been gone for 3 days. We're taking bets on who got them first, the Darkspawn or the Witches of the Wilds.
There are other things in Darkspawn to watch out for. The Witches of the Wilds.
Oh, sure. There's an old legend in these parts
Oh,
about
Flemeth.
the apostate sorceress who conquered this area centuries ago. She united the chasing barbarians and invaded the farmlands. That's when the great hero, Cormac, destroyed her army with his. Took her head right off, so they say. Her daughters survived and became the Witches of the Wild.
Sure, we'll meet
Tales
them
tell
very
of them
soon.
plaguing this area since. Mostly superstitions, stealing babies and spoiling milk.
And you think these witches exist?
Only when it's dark and the wind is bad. No doubt those patrols met some Darkspawn. That's enough for anyone to worry about. At any rate, that's why Duncan doesn't want you wandering out without his say-so.
Very well then. I won't go against him.
Hail. Sorry, like I said, I can't let you through.
Just thought I'd try a second time. Very
Take care.
well. I'll go. Hang on, I want to do that I should be fine piece of dialogue. I might be arrested for this.
Hail. Sorry, like I said, I can't
Oh no,
let
it's
you
fine.
through. Sorry, I have my orders.
Very well. Right, up there is the infirmary area and everything like that. I do want to do King Kaelin's tent and Logain's tent first, though. I hope I have enough speech for this, because if I remember correctly, you can speak to Logain. That's why I put 2 in there, so I could speak to him before the battle.
You approach the tent of Tairn Loghain. State your business.
Is Tairn inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
Surely you can tell me a little about him. I would like an audience with the Tairn, please. I would like an audience with him, please, for no reason other than I want one.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're
Hello,
Duncan's
game.
new Grey Warden, I assume.
Yes I am. How do you know that? I'm not Grey Warden yet. I'm not one yet.
You impressed His Majesty, nonetheless. He could not contain his excitement over your meeting. Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
I mean, my dwarf is not aware, but yes, I am aware. No, I didn't know that. Yes, I've heard that. A fascination you don't share. Yeah, I'll say that.
The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Kaelin thinks. You're no surface dwarf, I can see it in your eyes. Smart of the Grey Wardens to look for new recruits in Orzammar. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I certainly hope so. I don't know. I hope not. Yeah, I'm unsure exactly. I don't really rejoice in this, especially since I'm only here because my brother betrayed me. I'm not a coward, so I'll say I don't know.
If Kaelin has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
He seems like a fool to me. He's not my king. You don't seem very fond of him. Not my place to say. Not my place to say. Not my place to say. So I'm going to say, and if he doesn't.
Then simply pray.
That was a good line. Glad I got an audience with him. Anything else to say?
You approach the tent of Tairn Loghain. State your business. How can you not know of Loghain?
I mean, I've just met him, so I do know him.
Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Tairn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
I've already asked this,
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
I want to know more about him now I've spoken to him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Tairn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Tairn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Tairn Loghain tells him. Without the Tairn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
Fair point. I should go.
Very well.
Nice speaking with you.
Aren't we receiving a large number of reinforcements from the Grey Wardens in Orlais soon?
Oh yes, Orlais.
Greetings. King Kaelin is not in his tent right now?
Do you know where the king is? Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do. Though he's spending most of his time with the Grey
Look,
Wardens.
I'm just getting information
He
out of
rides
these
with them wherever
guards.
They go, in fact. Tairn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
Realistically, no. We'll see in the coming battle. How should I know? I have my doubts. How should I know? It's not my place again.
I thought Grey Wardens knew all about the Darkspawn. The
Not how
king
many
thought it
they
was
are,
funny
though.
the
I've not
Tairn
seen them.
called him reckless.
And I'm not a Grey Warden
And they
yet,
thought
technically.
about the Queen.
The Queen?
She's the Tairn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I should go.
As you wish.
Okay, so we've talked to the 2 guards. Ah, this is the training area. I'm gonna go up here.
Look carefully, man. This wretched thing is a Darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die.
Understood.
There are lots of darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of.
Just gonna listen in with
Here,
this.
for instance, is something called a genlock. They're pretty common in the Horde, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these
I've always said
darkspawn are
genlock.
coming from.
I've
or
always
what
said
they're doing.
genlock.
All I can say is to use caution. They're on any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough.
Well met, my lord.
Hail, Grey Warden.
Lord. I don't think I'm a lord anymore, but...
Hail to you.
Oh,
Hail to
Cullen.
you.
You never get the stink off, I swear.
How do you do?
My father said Tern Loghain is a hero. The king's lucky he's here.
Well, don't
Logain
touch the
certainly
carcass.
admired.
We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
Okay, understood.
I want this nonsense talk stopped immediately. What are you, a bunch of nattering fishwives spreading gossip until you brown your small clothes out of terror? We've seen nothing to suggest that the Darkspawn drag our people underground to eat them. And I want this talk about Darkspawn enslaving survivors to stop immediately. Keep your minds focused on the battle.
Kind of true, though.
You fight for Ferelden and for your king. Remember that.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these Darkspawn back underground.
I'm just listening into every conversation possible.
To believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
Aye, aye. I agree with you. I mean, I've already got the leather gloves equipped, so we'll leave that.
Have you heard about the king and Tern Loghain arguing?
Good night for it, Warden.
Again, not a warden yet, but I guess everyone sees me as one. Just gonna explore this level. Oh, I don't have a helmet.
Desire.
As you desire. I love that. I'll put this helmet on. Better gloves too. We'll take. Looking a bit more suited, shall we say?
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter. Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. My faith sustains me. I shall not fear 10,000 men should they set themselves against me. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked.
I am embarrassed
and
to
do
say
not
I do know this off by heart.
The all before me is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be my guide. The all before me is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be my guide.
Oh, you're the elven messenger that the trader was asking about.
Hello? I'm sorry, is there something you needed?
No, I'll just talk.
You want to talk to me? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Are you?
I don't think so. I'm one of the king's servants, which means I run messages around and make deliveries all day long. If you fall behind, you get the switch from the quartermaster. Oh, I wish I were back at the palace. There are far more places to hide. I better go. If the quartermaster sees me chatting, he'll think I'm being lazy, and that'll be my hide. But it was nice talking to someone.
Elf and dwarf, is this Gimli and Legolas?
Hello again. You need something
Thought
now?
you were going off. Just saying hello.
Oh, all right. Nice to see you again. Hello again. You need something now? I deliver messages around the camp. You have a message for me?
Shall I give him a message? Yes.
Then what is... Oh, wait. Are you the one I'm supposed to give Sir Garland's sword to? Because I think the smith's done with it.
No, sorry to bother you. No, I need to bring you to bring a message to Alistair. No, I need to bring you to bring a message to Tern Loghain. Don't really need either of those, because I'm seeing Alistair, and I've already spoken to Loghain. But
Oh, that's such a relief.
I will have a sword.
You really saved me from the switch for sure. I'd best get back to my duties again before I get in more trouble.
You have delivered it to the wrong person, though, so I think you'll be getting in trouble. I do feel kind of bad, but I kind of want the sword. It's better as well. Sir Garland's sword. Somewhere on the fields there is a bewildered knight fighting with his dinner fork. Pity him. Oh dear, I'm such an arse. Well, I wasn't playing an arsehole character, but seems to always go that way for me.
Hello again. You need something now?
Just saying hello.
Oh, all right. Nice to see you again.
Thank you for the sword. You'll probably be slightly punished for it, but it's a decent weapon.
The last scouting party made it back last night. Barely.
What do you mean?
Only 2 of them made it, and one was minus a leg. Said they encountered some darkspawn that was 10 feet tall, with horns as long as your arm. The injured one died last night. They said his blood was already turning black.
Maker's breath. Where are they all coming from?
You have no gauntlets on, which is really annoying me. Anything else to say? Not really, no.
So there's supposed to be more of these Grey Wardens coming, I hear.
I'm just listening to all this
Veterans said they
conversation.
were Orlesians,
These conversations.
coming with a whole army of them fancy Orlesian knights.
If my pa wasn't already in his grave, that'd put him there.
You think they'll leave once this is done? If we ask them nice?
If they don't, then we keep on fighting, I guess.
I'd rather fight them painted fops than these darkspawn. That howling of theirs gives me nightmares, it does.
At least we finished that conversation. I didn't know you could... I don't think I've ever stood there long enough for one of them to walk off.
Are we in your way, Warden? Excuse us. We need to get back on duty anyhow.
The armor's glitching out. That's the usual. It seems to happen, and then when I reload again, it's alright. Oh, and the fire's also glitching out. Let me just do a hard save a sec. I might reload and see. Oh yes, these are my saves. Morning after, I'm screwed, Ostagar. Right, let's reload a second. Ooh, okay. Looking good. Okay, so Alistair's up there, so we want to go to the infirmary first before we speak to him.
The pain!
You may not want to remain here long, Warden. Most of these men have been tainted by the Darkspawn blood.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
Why do you say that? There are Grey Wardens here, you know? We have them on the run, I hear. You're mad, obviously. No, I don't think he's mad. They are coming.
The Grey Wardens will die. The King will die.
I mean, he is right. Spoilers.
We'll all die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
Is it possible he has important information?
The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think so.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
Oh, rest easy.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
So let it be.
Welcome to the King's camp, my lord.
Oh, there we go. Chant of Light to the Blight. That rhymes. No matter their power, their triumphs, the mage lords of Tevinter were men and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, "Shall you surrender your power to time like the beasts of the field? You are the lords of the earth. Go forth to claim the empty throne of heaven and be gods." In secret they worked, magic upon magic. All their power and all their vanity they turned against the veil, until at last it gave way. Above them a river of light, before them the throne of heaven, waiting, beneath their feet the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step towards the empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundations of heaven and earth. "And so is the golden city blackened, with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven, and doom upon the world." Canticle of Threnodies. "Violently were they cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realm of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime, bodies so maimed and distorted that none should see them and know them for men. Deep in the earth they fled, away from the light. In darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumat. Their taint twisted ever the false god, and the whisperer awoke at last in pain and horror, and led them to wreak heaven upon all the nations of the world. The first blight, from Threnodies 8. History of the blights is so interesting. Especially the fourth one with Warden Garahel. But equally so the first three as well. Let's talk to the priest.
I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
I will, thank you. As you can see, mine are Dwarven kin. Yeah, I'm going to stick to my Dwarven religion. I do still believe in the stone.
I do, though I cannot pass on the respects of your ancestors. The Maker looks kindly on all who will receive him.
Very well, I'll receive his blessing. Bah, it means little to me. Keep your worthless mumblings to yourself, priest. No, I wouldn't accept it. Personally, my warden believes in the ancestors of the stone. He's not, like, devoutly religious. Then again, the stone religion, it isn't really a religion. It's just more praising your ancestors. But I don't think he'd want the Maker's blessing.
How unwise, considering the difficult battle to come. May the Maker show you mercy anyhow.
Well, thank you for that. I'm going to open the chest and then speak to Jory, who's I can see is there. Do I have a bow equipped? Can't use it anyway. Fair enough. Hello.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Yes, I am Velen. You've heard about me? I am. Who are you? You've heard about me?
Not a great deal. We've been waiting for your arrival, though. Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlaman. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens. I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy.
I'd rather not talk about that. Not all dwarves are smiths, you know. Of course they can. Why couldn't they be? Is that a problem for you? I'm going to be hostile. Is that a problem for you?
No. Dwarves are fine warriors with experience fighting Darkspawn. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
I'm curious about the joining ritual. Aren't you nervous about fighting Darkspawn? I wouldn't be here if I had a choice in the matter. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. You're not that smart, are you? Well, I wouldn't be here if I had a choice in the matter, to be honest.
I fought hard to get here. Impressing Duncan was
so
not
you
easy.
voluntarily
Tell me, has anyone told you what
came
this
here?
joining ritual entails?
Daveth said we might be going into the wilds. Dangerous? It's all a big secret. Apparently you don't like the idea. Daveth said we might be going into the wilds.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Very well.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me?
You haven't been sentenced, and if I have, you haven't been sentenced?
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
You sound like the DragonAge 2 Anders voice. Sorry, I'll stop now, but... Anyway, why would I want to help you? Tell me why you're in there first. That's horrible. Why haven't they fed you? Forget it, I need to go. Tell me why you're in there first.
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
And I bet you're as innocent as sunrise.
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
If you weren't deserting, why sneak around camp?
Oh, I would have deserted eventually. Just not then.
I mean, at least you're honest.
Stealing, not sneaking out of the camp. I got one of those wizards drunk and took his key. It belongs to a chest they got here, full of magical treasures. In fact, I still have it. I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food and water.
They didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it.
Oh.
But it's, come back into my
Lovely.
possession since then, so to speak.
Oh my gosh, I'll take that, kill him, and take the key. I have done that. See what I can do. That's disgusting. Forget it, I need to go. I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Prisoner at the King's camp has begged you for some food. According to him, the guard may have some to give. Well, hello, Mr. Guard.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Who is this prisoner exactly? Why did he want to desert? Seems a waste for you to guard him all day. I had a chat with him, actually. Who is this prisoner?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Why did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
Kinda right. It seems a waste for you to guard him all day.
I can't just let him go, can I? The army will figure out what to do with him. Probably just waiting for someone important to make a decision.
Or they've forgotten about
then
him.
They'll hang him, I expect. And I can go and do something else.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He's asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
What if I buy it? How's 10 silver? Persuade. So you'll miss one meal. This man could be hanged soon. I'll try my persuasion.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care.
Because I want that key.
I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm going to say it was you. Just so you know.
Very well. Well, we've done that. Let's return.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
I can still do that. Even if I've got the food, I could keep the food for myself and still kill him. Here's some food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
So I've been given the key. An ornate key is in questionable condition. Oddly enough, it's a little warm. Oh, because it's been inside him. Lovely. Right, okay. I know we can't do that mage's chest until nighttime. I do remember that. So we'll wait until we do the next Grey Warden mission. I know I can't go here,
but... Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now. Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
That's the only line you say. Fair enough. I think it's time then to go and speak with Alistair. I believe I've explored everywhere. Yeah, the Tranquil's guarding that, so I don't want to do it. Because they'll say that course of action is inadvisable. Does it say at night time, actually? You acquired a key from the prisoner, presumably for one of the chests in the Circle of Magi part of the King's camp. The chest will very likely only be reachable when the Tranquil are not present, such as when they're gone for the evening. Understood. I think we've explored everything else. I believe. So I think we'll go up and speak to Alistair. Saying that, is there anything here? No.
Well met.
Something's down here. Well, just a chest and some servants.
I have urgent duties, sorry. I'm sorry, but there's...
Oh, dialogue's gone.
I have a great many tasks to attend to.
Delighted.
Delighted. Let's take that dagger. Nothing else around here. Oh, that's the mage's that's the mage's chest down there.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough.
I've missed Alistair.
If I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You are a very strange human. Sorry, what? I know exactly what you mean. That's a terrible thing to say. I know what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be
I am a
another
dwarf.
mage?
So no. Don't worry, I'm no mage. How can a dwarf be a mage? What would make your day worse? How could a dwarf be a mage?
You never know. These mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit from Orzammar. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
How could you recognize me? That's all right. No offense taken. I'm just going to question. How could you recognize me?
Duncan sent word. He spoke
That's
quite
nice of
highly
him.
of you. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alistair, the new Grey Warden. Though I guess you knew that. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
I can't prepare on my own. What can you tell me about this joining? Pleased to meet you. My name is Velen. I'll be friendly.
Right, that was the name. There haven't been any Dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn.
Nobody knows much about them. You kill them. We've been fighting them for centuries. I fought a few in my time. I'll go with the middle one because we have.
Hard to believe most folks here think the Darkspawn disappeared after the last Blight, when your people still suffer every day. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
Let's go. The argument I saw, what was it about? You don't have to accompany me, do you? What about the other recruits? I look forward to travelling with you. The argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
Ah, yes, the Templars. What's a Templar? That would be awkward. You're a mage hunter? What's a Templar? I think I would know what a Templar was. You were a mage hunter? Ask that.
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked
Yeah, not
right
the
up on
best.
that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Alistair's so carefree here. It's really nice to see because, like saying, 2 and Inquisition, he's so burdened and everything like that. It's nice to see him so, like, young and light and sprightly and everything like that. Yeah. I love his character in general. He's a great character, but it's great to see him like this at the beginning of it all again, because I haven't played this in a while, and I just forgot how, like, fun and just upbeat and light his character was. Even in a situation like this. You don't have to accompany me, do you? What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp.
I have met them both.
Have you met them?
Yes, both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
I look forward to travelling with you.
You do? Huh. That's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Okay, so now we're in party member tutorial. I've already done all this, but we'll do it again. Can have conditional tactics slots. Yeah, I know all this. Kind of want to make him. He's kind of the same as me. He's got shield cover though, so yeah, I'm gonna make him aggressive and a defender for now. Do need to chat with him a bit more as well. It's on 7 for me. I'll put it on 7 for him. I'm gonna leave a gap for that because I do want to put lesser injury kits there, so let's put the main one here. Don't have a hat for you. A hat? A helmet, should I say? You actually have better gauntlets than me. Or gloves. But that's fine. That's better, I think. Slightly, because it's got +2 attack, so you can have the Dwarven blade. In terms of shield, keep that one. Oh, and your sustained. Got anything sustained? Yes, shield cover. Slot 5.
Do that.
Oh, I love switching between them. Nothing else to say, but... You have found Alistair and should return with him to Duncan at his fire near the gate leading to the Kokari Wilds. You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. Yeah, rescued him from the Templars. I'll open this chest and then we'll speak to him a bit more. Ooh. Take to sell. Can't do any enchanting here yet, can we? But good to keep.
Yes?
Tell me a little about yourself.
As I said, I was trained as a Templar before Duncan recruited me about 6 months ago. The Chantry raised me. And becoming a Templar was a decision made for me a long time ago. Duncan saw I wasn't happy, and figured my training against mages could double for fighting Darkspawn. Now, here I stand, a proud Grey Warden. The Grand Cleric wouldn't have let me go if Duncan never forced the issue. I'll always be grateful to him.
You didn't want to join the Chantry? You speak fondly of Duncan. You don't really have to accompany me, do you? You speak fondly of Duncan.
I spent years in that Chantry, hopelessly resigned to my fate. Duncan was the first person who cared what I wanted. He risked a lot of trouble with the Grand Cleric to help me.
Maybe Duncan thought you'd be useful.
Or maybe he just happens to be a good
That
man.
too. You didn't want to join the Chantry? Duncan knew about him, didn't he, as a baby? with Fiona and Marek and everything like that. Yeah, at the end of the book, he was handed as a baby, so it makes sense he's looking out for him. You didn't want to join the Chantry?
It just wasn't for me. I believe in the Maker well enough, but I never wanted to devote my life to the Chantry.
I have a few questions for you.
What about?
The Grey Wardens?
So I imagine. What would you like to know?
I'm not sure I know anything about the Grey Wardens.
Well, let's see. Surely you've heard of Weishaupt Fortress? The great eyrie carved into the White Cliffs far off in the Anderfels? That's where the Grey Wardens once kept their griffins. The griffins died out, however, and our numbers
I hope they come
dwindled
back
since
one
the
day.
last Blight. There's only a handful left in Ferelden. A few more in other nations.
What makes you all so special? Where are all the Grey Wardens
The others
now?
are camped with the King's soldiers in the valley. The King's given us a position of honor at the vanguard, despite our small numbers. I think Kalen is actually excited to ride into battle with us. Maybe he thinks that's what his father would have done.
And what makes you all so special?
The Grey Wardens are warriors without equal. Darkspawn threatened to destroy the world 4 times over. Each time, the Grey Wardens led mankind to victory. Nobody knows more about Darkspawn, and nobody's better equipped to deal with them. You'll see. Trust me.
So they're knights, heroes?
I don't know if I'd go that far. Duncan says the Grey Wardens do whatever is necessary to protect
so not
mankind
all
from Darkspawn.
sunshine and
That
rainbows.
means some pretty extreme things. Whatever it takes to bring victory.
Because Garahel's twin sister, I'll stop talking about this after, but it's really interesting, like she turned to blood magic and taming the griffins / cursing them to bring victory. But again, whatever's necessary. So the Grey Wardens have the right to recruit anyone?
King Marek, Kaelin's father, reaffirmed the power the Grey Wardens were given during the Blights. In practice, we can't conscript too often without hurting our cause. We were exiled from Ferelden once. Best not to let that happen again.
That's all I wanted to
You
know.
want to ask me about something else?
Done the Grey Wardens, the Blight Duncan mentioned. So what is a Blight? Where do Darkspawn come from?
You want the Chantry's version or the truth?
Truth.
The truth is we don't really know. They come up from the ground, and that's as far as we've gotten.
So what you talked about was the first Blight? What is the Chantry's version?
According to the Chant of Light, the Maker imprisoned the old gods underground long ago, as punishment for tricking mankind into worshipping them. The old gods still whispered to some men and taught them magic. These men became the Magisters of the Tevinter Empire. The Magisters used their gift to enter the Golden City.
I love the voice he's doing to, like, tell a story.
They were cast out by the Maker and became the first Darkspawn. They fled underground, bringing their taint to their gods. The tainted old gods were the archdemons who rose from their prisons and led the Darkspawn against the world.
So that was the first Blight?
Yes, and it nearly wiped us out. When defeated, the Darkspawn flee back underground and seek out another old god to taint, thus bringing another Blight.
So where is the Archdemon for this Blight? Why not kill the Darkspawn when they're underground? I mean, I know they're so spread out, so crowded, so hidden that I don't think you could do that.
You're a dwarf. You tell me. Your people have been trying that for just about ever, haven't they? They've controlled the deep roads ever since they defeated the Dwarven kingdoms. Even if we invaded, we can only chase them so far.
So where is the Archdemon for this Blight?
We haven't seen it yet. People are beginning to think this is just an unusually large Darkspawn raid without an Archdemon to unify them. But seriously, the Archdemon could be in the wilds or underground. It could be hiding. Just because it hasn't shown itself doesn't mean it isn't out there.
What is an Archdemon exactly?
The old gods were dragons, so the stories say. Big ones. Intelligent, even. The Tevinter Empire had big statues of them. Each dragon had a name and a place in the cosmos. It's all very intricate. The archdemons may not be the old gods, but they're definitely dragons.
Why are some people so skeptical?
The Grey Wardens killed so many Darkspawn by the end of the last Blight. People decided they were gone for good.
I have other questions about the Blight.
Of course.
How do Grey Wardens defeat the Blight?
We chop off the snake's head. It's the only way. According to texts, the most famous Grey Warden leader, Gareth,
Yeah, what I've been talking
killed
about.
the Archdemon Underal in personal combat at the Battle of Aesley to end the last Blight.
He unfortunately died.
Without the Archdemon to command them, the Darkspawn flee back underground.
How did anyone even know about this Blight?
The Grey Wardens keep watch. We feel the Darkspawn when they come. You'll understand after the joining, if you...
survive?
Well, you'll understand. Not to mention people start to notice when Darkspawn pour out of the wilds and taint everything around them. Just a guess.
Just how many Darkspawn are out there?
Thousands? Tens of thousands? They've had centuries to build up their numbers.
That's all I wanted to know.
You want to ask me about something else?
Tell me about Duncan.
Duncan is the leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden. Which he would say doesn't mean much, as there aren't many of us here. Yet, beyond that, he's a good man. A good judge of character. I owe him a lot. What about you? What do you think of him?
I'd rather keep my thoughts to myself. He seems like a kind man, if firm. I can't say I care for him much. I owe him as well. He saved me. I think I saved myself by going to see him. The fact that he accepted me into the Grey Wardens saved me, but I wouldn't say he actively tried to save me. So I'll say he seems like a kind man, if firm.
Fair enough. He's done the best he can with what little he has. And that includes me, I guess. You want to ask me about something else?
The joining ritual.
I wish I could tell you more. Maybe ask me again after Duncan speaks to you about it.
Very
you
well.
Want to ask me about something else?
And this upcoming battle.
I'll tell you. It's Tern Loghain we should be looking to win it, not the king. Kaelin just wants his place in history. The Tern is planning the strategy. That's my opinion, anyway. I guess I should be thankful the king favors us Grey Wardens. But I know who's keeping the lid on the pot.
Yes, Loghain. How much will I be participating? Why is it happening here, of all places? What are the chances of success? What if we fail? Why is it happening here?
We're at the edge of the Korkari Wilds, the eye of the Blight Storm, right where the Horde will be coming. Ostagar itself is an excellent defensive position. The Wilders were pushed back from here time and again in ancient days.
And what are the chances of success?
I'm sure Tern Loghain has the battle planned to the last detail. Still, no Blight has ever been defeated with so little cost.
What if we fail?
If we don't break the Horde here, Duncan says it will spread until it engulfs all of Ferelden. Then it will take an alliance of nations to fight it, which would be bad. Neither the king nor the Tern really seems to believe this is a real Blight, however.
And how much will I be participating?
You know, that's a good question. The other Grey Wardens are riding into battle with the king. I don't know if you'll be with them.
That's all I wanted to know.
You want to ask me about something else?
I think that's it.
Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Long conversation with Alistair, but he approves, +2. Very nice. Party members' approval changes based on plot decisions or gifts. High approval provides combat bonuses and possible romance options, while low approval may lead to party members to desert you. Ah, yes. Yes, that was a long conversation, but very interesting, and I want to get as much out of this playthrough as possible. I think, though, it's time to see Duncan now. Yeah. Return to Duncan. I think we've done all we can in this camp. Now we've got Alistair with us. Anything to say, Alistair?
Yes?
I'm gonna say it anyway.
Don't worry. I'll try not to embarrass you. Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Oh, look at that fire. Very nice.
Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say.
We should see what Duncan wants us to do next, don't you think?
Yes, Duncan, what do you have to
found
say?
Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the
Sass the mage.
We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
And what's the second task? Why do we need the Darkspawn blood? Go into the wilds, isn't that dangerous? Yes, it is. Surely you could have acquired some blood before now? I mean, it's a part of our test, so why do we need Darkspawn blood?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned. Of course. You must work together to collect the components, however. It's as much a part of the joining as what comes after.
And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
What kind of scrolls are these? Is this part of our joining ritual too? How do we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
What kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
Fair enough. Is this part of our joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Look at me, I'm so tiny. Right. Definitely these quests to do. Find 3 vials of Darkspawn blood. Duncan has asked Alistair to lead you, Sir Jory and Davith, into the Kokari Wilds to find stray Darkspawn and collect 3 vials of their blood. This blood will be used in the secretive joining ritual. Recover the treaties from the Grey Warden cache. As a second task for the joining ritual, Duncan has asked Alistair to find a ruined Grey Warden outpost in the wilds. Supposedly it contains a cache of old and important treaties that need to be recovered. Let's talk to Duncan. Anything else to say before we go? Actually.
So you return from the wilds?
No.
Have you been successful? Then you'd best start soon. You don't want to be in the wilds when night falls.
Let me get back to you on that. Right, let's speak to Jory a second.
I'm ready.
You said you were from Redcliffe?
I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a
Ah,
city
the
off the
noble,
northern coast. Have you travelled
human
there?
origin. No, never. I've never been to the surface before. Why do you want to know? I've never been to the surface before. This is my first time seeing the sky.
I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Marek's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years, I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago. Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited.
How did the Grey Wardens find you?
Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she
kind
is
of
heavy
abandoned
with
her
child
then.
now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
I should have asked that, the abandoned question. What do you think of Duncan?
He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty.
And what do you think we should do now?
We need to find those documents and the Darkspawn blood. It should be interesting.
Let's go. And you, Davith?
Yes?
Where are you from, Davith?
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun
quite like
my
this
pa.
guy.
I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else.
So you're a cut purse?
And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden?
So how did the Grey Wardens find you?
I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd. He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first. I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there.
What happened then?
Duncan stopped them, invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away. Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up.
Yeah, fair point. So what do you think of Duncan?
All right for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks too.
What do you think we should do now?
You heard the same speech I did. Blood and old treaties. Off we go into the wilds.
Well, let's go then.
Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
Fair point. Before we go, I just want to sort you lot out. It's the same bow. Okay, yeah, you're pretty much self-equipped, which is nice. I will put your potions, though, on. What slot have I got mine on? Slot 7 and 8. Oh, gosh. Please. That's 8. Actually, that's a big one, so that can go there. I think you're well equipped as well. Don't have helmets for you, unfortunately. Okay, let's... Pinning shot. That's sustained, so that can go there. Two-handed sundered arm, sustained, activated. Okay, so all activated bar this one. Let's do tactics. Kind of want you to be ranged because you are an archer. Of course, I'll test it out when I'm there. Kind of stealth. I don't really know what to... Should I put health lower than 50? Activate stealth. Yeah. Sort of go out of sight. Oh, and did I? Yes, I did ranged. You're also aggressive. Can I put you as a scrapper? Yeah, I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one to do. Let us head out then to the Kokari Wilds.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Area unlocked the Kokari Wilds. Brilliant. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Right. On that note, I think we're going to end this episode here. Next time, we're going to explore the Kokari Wilds and hopefully get those Darkspawn blood and Grey Warden treaties with my new party of Alistair, Davith, and Sir Jory. But yes, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you then. Goodbye, guys.